and the way that Brainrot is affecting the culture. If you don't know what Brainrot is, the hyper online lingo of Gen Alpha and Gen Z is starting to make it very, very difficult for the next generation to communicate with their parents. And we're going to talk about brain rot. I'm going to show you some really, really fun examples of ways in which language has completely devolved.
You got you're example maxing right now?
I'm good. Okay, so let's actually start with a really simple picture here that I thought was really, really funny that somebody shared. It says banned words and phrases. This was out of school. Skibbity, Sigma, Riz, mewing, gyat, bet, it's the blank for me. Bussin', Ohio, let him cook, baddie. It misses level 10X, right? You need level 10 this or that.
This is censorship.
I don't see Mog on there. No. I didn't even see what's the other one that I like? Yeah, I like Phantom Tax should have been on there.
Phantom Tax is good.
Look, there's an entire language now, guys, that the internet has helped create, whereas in the past, slang seemed to permeate from a subculture or a small community outwards. Certainly skater lingo was its own thing. Right. When we would talk, it made no sense to anyone around us. We would use the word gear in ways that made no sense to anyone. Mm-hmm. There would be different levels of skate tricks, all of which correlated to the word gear. People had no idea what we're talking about. Now the internet has kind of homogenized this in a way where people are saying all these words and there isn't really a strict definition. You can go to Know Your Meme and look this stuff up, but I would guarantee you that still 60% of the people aren't even using them in the way that they were. So let's listen to Ben Shapiro tell us what some of these words are.
Oh, yes.
Hold on, you ready? Here we go.
He's got the Subway safer.
Turkish Quandale Dingle, Livy Dunn Baby Gronk, Edge Mugel Goon, Skibbity Toilet, Gambling Casino, Low Taper Fade, Galvanized Square Steel, Eco-Friendly Wood Veneers.
So, imagine Ben Shapiro. I think he did a segment with Brett Cooper where they did that, where she asked him what words meant and he had to try and figure it out. But this is my personal favorite, guys, so I want you to listen to this.
Guyat. Skibbity. Tax collector. Long ago, the four Rizzlers lived together in harmony, but everything changed when the Skibbities attacked. Only the Sigma, master of all Rizzlers, could stop them. But when the world needed him the most, he phantom taxed. 100 years passed, and my brother and I discovered the new Sigma, a tax collector named Aang. And although he has W Riz, he still has a lot to phantom tax. But I believe Aang can save Ohio.
There you have it, right? So the words don't need to actually mean anything anymore. And I do feel bad for the parents who have to decipher all of this.
Oh, dude, we need Surge for this
I know,
segment.
right? Well, he would be mogging us right now about not knowing the words.
For those who don't know, Surge is kind of like, in movies or shows when you need to talk to a ghost, you usually get a medium. Surge is our medium for the brain rot language that's out there.
So it says Gen Alpha's hyper online manner of speaking has been dubbed brain rot, mostly by older Gen Zers who share spaces like TikTok. See, think about that.
Yeah, that's
Even
fair.
Gen Z, there have been times when Mary's like, I don't know what this means.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you know how scary that is?
Well, Gen Alpha, we're now seeing content from Gen Alpha because I think the oldest Gen Alpha are 14 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you better believe, and that's the other thing, going back on the conversation we just had, on social media now, how are you supposed to value, you don't know if it's like a 12-year-old that tweeted something.
Yep.
It's like, how do you value that? I value someone, with age comes experience, so I'll value your opinions a little bit more. But you don't know who's posting this stuff anymore.
Yep. And trust me, nobody that age should be talking about gooning at all or jelking.
No goon.
No, they should not be talking about that. It says.
Have you seen the picture of the jacked minion?
Yes.
It says no.
Yes. Yep. Let's look at it. This is this is actually probably a better example of what we were just talking about. As everybody knows, Cities by Diana is my favorite account on Instagram, but you'll have to listen to this.
Roan, Charlie XCX, very mindful, very demure. Did JD Vance fuck a couch? Sabrina Carpenter, who the fuck did I marry? Tate McRae, is Kamala Harris brat? Is Tim Waltz a Midwest princess? Ice Spice, I chose the bear. Are you girl pretty, boy pretty, deer pretty, cat pretty, or bunny pretty? Did you hear Kesha dropped a new track? I heard you like magic. I've got a wand and a rabbit.
That's literally me every day. That by the end of the day, I am.
That pretty much sums it up.
That
one wasn't too hard to understand. That's more of just like Valley Girl talk.
For the older people here is Gen Alpha is performed by the Eagles.
I got sturdy on the road while my roadblocks downloads. I got $16 Big Mac meal. One that wanna riz me, two that wanna eat me, one is Pookie Bear for real.
Nice.
Skibbity.
Yes.
Skibbity riz. Don't let a baby's Japanese drive you crazy.
I will say, like,
Stop a truck till you get banned.
I'm way too old for this. Like,
Command. Just leave a spot to feed a cat.
oh, was that the TikTok Riz party they just showed?
TikTok Riz party. Yes.
I only recognize these words from being on
You know
this show.
who mews all the time? Donald Trump. He's always mewing.
I think that's just his face, because Barron looks like that too.
This is look, and the thing is, like, you know that it's in and popular because it's become such an easily memeable thing, right? There's a whole subculture around these things here where people make videos about all of these things.
I think it's starting on like Twitch's inside jokes, and now that
Yes.
streamers are so big, it then enters the culture.
Yeah, like you have to know Kai Cenat to know where Phantom Tax
right,
came from, right?
right.
So here's another one.
Hey, she said, do you riz me? I tell her only parley. I only love my skibbity. You're high. Oh, I'm sorry.
Nice.
Tax. I even got it tatted on me. Lil Comfit. I'ma wear it to the
Are you gonna
party.
get copyrighted?
Looking
for that?
skibbity.
I don't know.
Trying to be a Sigma cause I'm mewing.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm from Ohio where they know me. I'ma keep on edging till I'm 40. Gats plan.
Gats plan.
Olivia's in the chat saying Brett's sourcing material for this last night was absolute hell. Dude, look, don't call me out like that. Like, this is my algorithm anyways. Most of the,
Dude,
like, it didn't take me very long to find all of this.
Yeah, but it's already on his feed.
There was worse because I have this video about Adolf Rizzler. You know, like, that's the thing, like, this stuff gets made and you kind of forget that it speaks to just how desensitized everyone is to the culture, where it's kind of an offshoot of how millennials are very okay with joking about 9/11.
Well, people that say that we don't have shared culture are wrong. We do have shared culture. It just sucks.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I
You
feel
know?
like they didn't start joking about 9/11 until recently. Like, in the
No.
last 10 years, I feel like it's become a
I
thing.
mean, 10 years isn't recent. 10
It
years
took
is
until, like, I'd say maybe Obama's presidency before it started becoming funny.
So it says
Took a while.
Gen Alpha's,
Yeah, it took a minute.
Gen Alpha's hyper-online manner of speaking has been dubbed Brainrot mostly by older Gen Zers who share spaces like TikTok with them. It's slang that's often niche and insular to the internet, sometimes making its way from Roblox to Twitch to TikTok,
Yep.
which is
Yep.
why some older generations find it uniquely difficult to make sense of.
Here's the difference, though. Out of every other generation, this is just all, like, ironic slang.
Nobody wants to take anything seriously.
No, I don't think any of these people are actually using this, like, unironically. They're using it all the time because, like, it's a nihilist generation that nothing matters, everything's a joke.
Yeah, I think a lot of that goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Like, look, they've been fed this line. Look, the world's going to end in 10 years from climate change.
Who cares now?
Everybody's racist and sexist. You're never going to own a home. College is going to put you into debt for so long. You're never going to get out of it. Why take anything seriously? Phantom Tax, Ohio.
Brett, you're giving doom and gloom right
Yeah.
now.
It's
Like,
giving-
that's not Sigma.
It's giving L Riz.
Like, this
right?
episode is so skibbity.
Every day there's just a new set of terms, says Camille Niche, 53, parent to 14 and 15-year-olds. They'll just be talking, and my husband and I are kind of like, we're not sure what that means.
That's also, like, the voice I was doing has also emerged as a similar phenomenon. Like, if this, like, sassy talk that you hear everything, where everyone's kind of like this, and then you insert the slang terms, and then you just keep going, and it's so weird. And I don't know where that came from.
And it is the speed in which all of this stuff changes, right? Because it used to be that culture was created around sports and movies and television, and it was on a schedule of sorts. Right now, the internet is a free for all that's going 24/7, and new things drop and change the culture all the time, and then disappear just as fast. We were looking at this thing yesterday of the ray gun breakdancer lady, where they put the window wipers to make it look like the break.
yeah.
I'm like, in 2 weeks, everyone's gonna be like, what the hell is that?
I like the Jurassic Park one since she was
Yes.
walking like a dinosaur.
I like the Karate Kid one.
Did you see? There's an update on that story. If you, she like is speaking out after all the backlash of her rigging her own
See?
Olympic spot.
Again, a thing that I watched, I'm like, do I need to know this?
Yeah.
Are we going to cover this? It speaks to what I
Who
was talking
cares?
about
Yeah,
earlier.
don't make it unfunny. I'm like, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. I don't care.
I don't want to know your general.
You know what they should do?
Your explanation.
They should put her on the Masked Singer, not the Masked Singer. I thought
Is
it was.
there a masked dancer?
That's what I'm
The
saying. There
masked
should be like a
breakdancer.
masked dancer, but
Put her on America's Got Talent, even though she's not American.
as a judge.
As a judge, that would be great. Like,
Listen, I know skill. I know art, and that was bad.
it's a great example where if I have to choose between Ray Gun and Hawk Tuah Girl, I will choose Hawk Tuah Girl, even though she has
Dude.
objectively no talent whatsoever. It's at least semi-endearing because she's
Yeah.
got an accent.
Did you see she
Yeah, it
made the
wasn't
AI say
sinister.
grok to it?
Leaning into it, right? Leaning into it. She threw out the first pitch at like a
hanging
baseball
on.
game recently. Better her than breakdance lady who stole the award from some actual
Or-
breakdancer in Australia.
And another example of like this just like
So
tidal
random.
wave that is internet trends is the country resurgence that we're seeing. And, like a lot of people like are saying it's not real country, whatever. But everyone and their mother is releasing like country music in the last year. Like
that's
everyone
true.
that's not a country artist, they're all doing country albums, and it's
I wanna
come out
say
of nowhere.
Phil just did a country song.
Did he really?
Yeah,
He did
I
with
believe he
with
did with
Rashad.
someone else.
And like
yeah.
country music is great, but this is obviously an artificial push. Like what is causing this?
Oh, like Beyonce coming out and doing country music.
Young Gravy,
I see- yeah, yeah, I see what you
Beyonce,
mean.
Post Malone, Phil Labonte.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what's causing this?
Post Malone at least seems like he's
He's a talented singer. He could do anything.
yeah.
And this is not a
And
testament
it's
to
not the
who or
country- I think it's
who
like a
should or
trend
It's
shouldn't
not
be
the
doing.
country that you grew up with. If
That's
you
what
have
it
that.
is.
It's
They're
a trend that comes and goes.
They're treating it like the Ice Bucket Challenge, where everyone's gonna have a country album now or
Yeah,
a
yeah,
country
yeah.
song
Until
It's-
people forget and then they come back and they do it again.
Yeah,
Because, yeah.
And people were getting canceled early when Beyonce first announced her country album and the first couple hits came out, and they're like, "Oh, you're racist because you don't like Beyonce's country music." And I'm like, no, this is a testament to how like we said, this is temporary. This is like a phase for her.
It should
Right,
be-
right.
When
like,
it
I don't
shouldn't
like
be that way.
just like all of these like food companies that are doing collaborations. I don't want to see all the crossovers. I'd rather you just
Makes them
excel
less
in your
special with
genre,
each new one.
because then all it does is homogenize the culture, right? Like
Yeah.
there's nothing special about going into the space and listening to country music if you could just go into the generic pop space and listen to Beyonce and both.
Right.
It's pointless.
Someone says country music ended in 2010. Well, if that's the case, then this is what's filling the void.
Nelly did a song with Tim McGraw? Is that when country officially died?
Oh.
All right. So again, guys, if you have people talking about W-Riz and all of this stuff, just understand the language changes very, very quick. And Brainrot is one of my favorite things on the internet. Certainly, I watch all of the Cities by Diana videos because what she makes is literally urban planning brainrot based around maps.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What and also like sometimes Serge will send me a text that's just all brain rot.
Yeah.
And like I take that I don't even try to decipher what he's talking about. 'Cause
Skibbity Riz Gatling.
what it does mean is he's not interested in saying anything meaningful. So you guys can tune out most of the brain rot.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.